Hey, thanks for tuning in. The author copies of my book, The Psychology of Graphic Design Pricing, came the other day. In this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that book.
It's gonna change your life.
Is that a little much? That's too much. It's going to make a big difference. It's a little better. This will help you When I first started my agency in 2002, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just guessing at prices, hoping to be profitable, and I didn't really realize until years later, as I had 15, 20 employees, overhead that was expensive and we're cranking a ton of work, I really started to understand the nuances of pricing work. And you got to price things in a way that the client's going to green light. You also have to price it in a way that is fair to your profitability and in harmony with the market value. Those are the three main principles of this book. You've got to balance when you're pricing graphic design work or any creative work, you've got to balance the profitability for you, the fair market value or what other people are charging in the industry, and then what are they willing to spend? And is it worth your time to take it? You never want to take on a project that is going to be unprofitable, and you can't know if it's going to be unprofitable unless you know what your cost is going to be to produce the work. So I take you step by step through the process to understand your production cost. Variable number 2, we talk about market value. What's the fair market value? And how do you know what other people are charging for this same type of work? If you're doing logo design and you're charging $500 for a logo and everybody else that you compete with is charging $2,000 for a logo, you are not charging fair market value. The third variable you have to know is the client's budget. You have to take the time and use the right techniques to extract the client's budget. If the client is willing to pay $5,000 for something and you charge them $500, that is leaving a lot of money on the table. You want to try and extract that client's budget. In that section, I give you processes and a script on how to extract the client's budget from even the most tight-lipped client, the one who just doesn't want to give it up. How do you get that number from them? I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, we get those three variables: the production cost, the fair market value, and the client's budget. And when you're pricing your projects, you want to balance those three things. You want to try and find the green light price, the price that they're going to approve, that is in the realm of those three elements. Sometimes we err on the side of charging closer to fair market value. Other times we need to charge near the client's budget. And sometimes we're just trying to cover our costs with a little bit of a profit margin. I show you how to balance those things in 12 different scenarios in the book. Each scenario applies to a certain state of your business. If you have a ton of work, if you don't have a lot of work, if you're trying to grow your business, if you have a client that might be challenging, there are 12 different scenarios, and each of those affects the way that you choose to price a certain project. That section of the book is called The Psychology of Choosing a Price. What goes on in your head when you go to choose that final price for the project? Wrapping everything up at the end of the book, I'm going to show you how to calculate a billable hourly rate. I'll also talk about pricing presentation strategies, worksheets, formulas, examples. The final chapter contains pricing rules and reminders. These are 8 rules that you can apply to your business today that will make a difference. That's the book, The Psychology of Graphic Design Pricing. It will help you price things with confidence, make more money, and win more bids. Check it out on my site, michaeljanda.com/psychopricing.